The exhibition is conceived of many different pieces that I've done over the time period of almost 10 years.
Description is the title that Dorit Margreiter has given to this exhibition. As you can see, there's a constant preoccupation with the modernist legacy in architecture, both in its social utopian aspects and in its more trophy architecture, as seen, for example, in the Sheets Goldstein house that John Lautner constructed in Los Angeles in 1963.
This is a picture that not only deals with architecture, but also with depicting architecture, with the question, what does photography and film do to the perception of architecture, and also tries with that to document the history of the house.
The social utopian side is represented more in the housing project in Leipzig titled Brühlzentrum, which was torn down in recent years. And these two buildings provide a kind of axis for thinking about the place of architecture, historic preservation and deconstruction in recent years. But this is not a simple binary, in that there is another strand in architecture which forms a strong place in her thinking, and that's perhaps best represented in the Poverty Housing Americas Georgia piece. This is a film comprised of some 17 long shots of slums from Asia and South Africa, which have been simulated or recreated in the state of Georgia in the United States. So this is a kind of theme park of slum housing, which is an extraordinary notion, and one that provides a kind of architecture of mediation, or an architecture that exists as representation. In this examination of the way media and architecture come together, Dorit allows us to think about the roles of representation, how we engage with the built world, the environment around us, and how much of it is already structured or predetermined through the protocols of disciplinary media. I think you find in these examples a constant interrogation of what we understand by fact, the actual world seen in supposedly neutral terms, and the fictive, illusory world of the cinema, of media, and so forth. These are not opposites. In fact, the two are constantly blending and informing each other. Thinking about architecture and the presentation of art in those terms, I think we can segue to the 4 new works in this exhibition, which are mobiles. As these elements hang suspended, balanced in space, they're set adrift by air currents, by the passage of viewers. An attentive viewer can see that these are letters which could be read as a text, in fact, as a name. And this, I think, is a perfect metaphor for what she wants us to do in this exhibition as we move through spaces which are mediatized, represented, idealized and deconstructed, the spaces which we know through our imaginaries as much as through our lived experience.